And I'm gonna hit my chair over there, move, make sure that my microphone is what you're hearing. Yeah, it's all good. The sound settings are good. And let's get rolling. So here is your chair, and you're gonna wanna sit on your chair into what I call neutral position. There you go. Already like misleading you. So this is what we call neutral position, just for you to have a name to come back to when I'm guiding you to come back to this pose. This is the pose that we use for a lot of the movement, and this is the pose we start with and we finish with. So it's really important for you to have a good understanding and grip of how to be in this position. And it might look like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just sitting on a chair. No, it's not just sitting on a chair. You have to sit on the very edge of the chair. And I'm gonna go sideways because I do think that we have at least one new person. So this is how it looks sideways. See, I have plenty of room between my back and the back of the chair, and the edge of the chair is right here. So my sit bones are about here internally, not to the side of the hips. So they're really, really close to, if I do a simple tilt here, I'm like rolling out of the chair. So that's how close I am. Because of the edge of the chair that you can sense already, the body naturally has a little tilt here that happened on its own that does not happen when you're sitting back on the chair. And you can check it for yourself here. You can go back and check and sit normally on the chair. And you feel that the hips are a lot more locked in whatever position you're in. And then the easiest access for the body here, meaning when you just start relaxing, this happens. And there's a rolling back of the hips. And that creates tension on the back, creates misposture, chin goes forward, you start having neck pain, all this kind of things. And unfortunately, that's most of the time how we sit. For long hours, very often. So that's why we're going to the edge of the chair that forces us to go into neutral spine. The hips now are free to roll and tilt forward a little bit. And now there's a slight arching here, which is very similar to the arching you have when we're standing up, because the spine is not straight, it's curved, and it needs to be curved to be supportive, to be a good shock absorber, and to have the mobility to go in all directions, to be more springy. Then the feet are hip distance apart. And before I face you again to show you the hip distance apart, I want you to see that I have my shin bones perpendicular to the floor. What that means is that they're not in this narrow angle where my weight is more towards the ball of the feet. Neither it's in the wide angle where my weight drops mostly on my heels. You want to have an even weight all across your feet that is being attained by bringing the shin bones at a 90-degree angle with the floor. And that is the best support you can have to leverage the weight of the legs, to feel for the body to trust that it's being fully supported between the feet and the floor and the sit bones and the chair. And now last touch that I'm facing you for this, because sideways is a little hard to see, is that my feet are parallel to each other so that my knees also are parallel to each other, and all this in alignment with the hips. So hips, knees, and feet are in the same distance of width. If I was to slightly open my toes, this line changes. My knees go out. If I'm opening them even further out, I'm even further off. Now the weight of my body falls on the outer edges of the feet. So we've lost that full connection of the weight distributing evenly throughout the whole feet. If I was to turn my toes slightly in, see the position of the knees changes. If you were to go very much in, also there's a different weight distribution throughout the feet, and you're off again. So you're bringing your feet to parallel. I'm trying to find the right angle here so you can see my full feet. And then you bring your hands to rest on top of your lap, allowing your elbows to be softly bent and to drop to the sides of the body. And then you gently close the eyes, and you can move your head just a tiny bit forward and back and find the right spot where your ears are going to be right on top of the shoulders. I know you're not seeing it, but from sensation wise, you feel that your head is just floating above your spine instead of having a sense of tightness or tension or activation of muscles either on the back of the neck or the sides of the front. So you want just the bones to stack on top of each other of the upper spine, the cervical spine, so that your head is nice and loose, supported right on top, doesn't feel as heavy as usual, doesn't feel that there's a pull or an over compression anywhere. And now you can tap into your breath. With your eyes closed, you sense the body differently because you're not disturbed or pulled and stimulated by the outside world. And you start dropping into your own body, into allowing the weight of the body to be supported by the chair, the floor. Your hands and arms are supported by the resting of the palms on the legs. And everything kind of find its space and its spot. To be together in this and to be fully supportive of the seated posture, but at the same time without struggling, without overdoing it, making extra effort for it to happen. Now feel the quality of your breath. Let it rise and fall, or come in and expand and release out and soften and contract in. Feel maybe the difference of how you perceive your weight between the inhale and the exhale. Usually the inhale makes you more fluffy and lighter as you inflate yourself and that lift the body and the spine up. And as you exhale and you empty out this more of a sense of density, of matter, of weight, which allows internal also to relax and surrender a little deeper on your seat. So take just a few more breaths here, 2, 3 breaths, depending on how fast or how slow you're breathing. And tap into your body to scan and ask your body what's going on. To see where the little aches and pains are, if those are the usuals, or if you're noticing that there's something new, a new sensation that you haven't experienced before or you haven't experienced in a long time. Because the body really changes constantly as we go through life, and there's stressors or there's joys or there's any kind of random or very strong emotions or situations happening. All this is being expressed one way or another by the body, especially if we don't pay attention to it and we're just stuck in the head processes. The body starts sending flags, a little yellow flag, a little bigger orange flag when you're not listening and tapping into your body, all the way to strong, big red flags, asking for attention that something is off. It's really wanting to work with you. It's very friendly, more than friendly, it's very loving and very forgiving, but you have to give it a chance. You have to, on a daily basis, connect with your own body. Don't stay in the head space. One more breath all together here. Take a deep inhale, breathing all the way through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. That's a reminder I didn't bring to the beginning of the class. Make your absolute best, do your absolute best to breathe throughout this class and generally in life through your nose, unless you're congested. So let's take all together a deep breath in and a long breath out. 2 more, really exaggerating both breath in and out. Take a deep inhale. Feel the lift, the lengthening, the expansion, and slow, deep breath out. The very squeeze of the last drop of breath. And one last deep breath in. And long breath out. Arms to the side of the body, shake a little bit, open your eyes, and we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up, and stay here as you keep on breathing, and we're gonna stretch one arm at a time and really stretch all the way through the fingers as if you wanted to grab something high in the ceiling that is several inches above your fingers, and you wanna reach, press one sit bone at a time into the chair, press the feet down and see if you can extend the reach of the fingertips a little higher from side to side. Keep on breathing, keep on reaching. 2 more. Back to center, grab your left wrist with your right hand or a little higher than the wrist on the forearm, and stretch that left arm out to the right. You're not tilting too far out. You're just pulling and stretching. Feel the stretch into the shoulder blade, into the armpit, and into the side of the body here between the ribs. Then come back to center and switch. Grab your right wrist with your left hand a little higher on the arm. And stretch out. And breathe as if you literally wanted to pull the arm out of the shoulder socket. And soften, releasing the arms out and down. Rest your hands on your lap and start gently rolling the shoulders. Rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And back, up, forward, and down. And back to center. Bring your left arm forward and then stretch it over to the right. Not high, not low, about shoulder high. You can look. If you look at me, it's not giving you a hint on where your arm is. You can have like the intellectual sensation, yeah, this is what my arm is. But there's nothing better than actual visual, and look where your arm is. Not in front of your eyes, not in front of your belly. And then you bring your right arm past the elbow and you kind of wrap it so that you can squeeze the arm across to the right. For some of you, the squeeze might be small if the shoulder and the arms are really tight. For some of you, it might be really deep that you're squishing the arm into the chest. And breathe. Make sure you're not right on the elbow, past the elbow. Nice deep breath. And now turn your head over to the left, over the left shoulder, and take a few more breaths here with the left shoulder rotates toward the right as you squeeze the arm in, and your head go in the opposite direction, going to the left. And for the last 2 or 3 breaths, we're gonna rotate the head to the right and out to the left 3 times. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left, and last one. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left, back to center, soften out, and release down. Let's go to the other side. Right arm forward, bring it over, bring your left arm past the elbow, wrap and squeeze in. Make sure the shoulders are down, that you're not lifting the shoulders up to the ears. You're relaxing down. Find the right angle that allows the shoulders to drop and be relaxed. And squeeze in. And breathe. Try to take the breath all the way down to the belly. This is the yogic breath or the diaphragmatic breathing, where you take the breath all the way to the lowest part of the lungs. And that's why the belly expands out, because the low part of the lungs is right underneath the lower rib cage, really close to the belly space. And then turn your head over to the right shoulder. So you're squeezing and hugging in your right arm and right shoulder toward the left, and you're turning your head over the right shoulder. And now in movement, inhale, turn your head to the left. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale, turn your head to the left. Exhale, right. One more, inhale, left. Exhale, right. Bring your head back to center. Soften the bind and slide your arms against each other and release. Hands down to your lap. Take a moment here. Feel your shoulders, feel your arms, feel your neck, feel whatever has changed here. Bring your right arm down, and you're gonna slide that right hand and right arm as you tilt to the right. Press into your right foot, drop your head. Pressing back up, extend your right arm up and across, tilt out to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, start lowering down. Keep on breathing when you reach the bottom of the breath out. Press into the right foot. Press back up, hand close to the shoulder, stretch up and tilt out on an exhale to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep on breathing. And out. Press into the right foot. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, tilt to the left. Pressing into the left foot here. Leveraging the stretch. Bring it back in. Two more. Slowly down. Exhale, tilt to the right. Keep on breathing. On an inhale, pressing into the right foot. Coming up, extend the arm, nice and smooth. And on the next exhale, as you shift and press into the left foot, tilt out to the left. And last one. Exhale. Tilt out. Press into the right foot so you're not sliding out and coming out of balance. Still pressing into the right foot, come back in. Stretch up. You're not pressing in any of the feet more strongly. And then as you tilt to the left, press into the left foot. And back to center and release your right hand down, resting on your lap. Take a breath or two here. Notice if your breath pattern has changed, if you already experienced a little more depth and breath. Maybe your heartbeat is racing a slightly bit faster. And let's go to the other side. Relax your left arm to the left side. And exhaling, we're gonna tilt to the left, pressing into the left foot so we don't go too far. The head follows. And then press into that left foot to come back up. Equal weight on both feet. Hand to the left shoulder, lift up straight. Inhale. Exhale, tilt out to the right. Press into the right foot. Inhale, back up. Exhale, sliding your hand down through the shoulder, down to the side and tilt. Keep on breathing. Press into the left foot. Pressing into the left foot to bring it back up. Hand to shoulder, extend up. Inhale. Exhale, tilt to the right. Press into the right foot. Inhale, back up. Exhale, start softening, lowering to the left. Keep on breathing. Press into the left foot. Inhaling. Expanding. Exhale, tilting. Press into the right foot. And find your own breath here. Maybe for one breath of mine, you're doing 2 breaths. Or maybe you're going even slower than I'm going. Your breath is really smooth and deep, no rush. You can go a little faster in the movement, especially if your breath is faster than mine. And just be more active here, but be mindful. Don't go too far, don't push too hard. That's for you to see that you can adapt and adjust the rhythm to your own capacity or to what you want to work on. If you want to work on really being slow and calm and breathing deep, then you cultivate that slowness in the body movement. If you want to get a little more energized because you're falling asleep, last round, then you go a little faster. But make sure that all the components are here, pressing into the right foot, coming back to center and releasing down. Take a pause, take a breath here. Bring everything back together into your neutral position. Deep, long breath. Bringing hands to the tip of the shoulders. So not the whole hands flat here and the elbows dropping. You bring the elbows up to parallel to the floor, and the tip of the fingers are just resting on the top of the shoulders, relaxing from the wrist, your hands down, wherever they touch. And then you're gonna inhale, turn gently to the right, and exhale, turn to the left. Inhale to the right, maybe you turn your head a little further out to the right, and exhale to the left. If you're not able to do one breath per movement, you inhale to center, you exhale, you twist to the right. Let's do that first. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Breathe into center, exhale to the right. Breathe into center, exhale to the left. So you can either keep on going this way, or now you do inhale to the right and exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale, pause. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. And again, you can have your head turn over from one side to the other side a little deeper. Last two, inhale to the left, exhale to the right. And last one, inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Come back to neutral, releasing your hands down. Feel your shoulders. Probably there's a lot going on as you release. You notice that you release the tension or the muscular activity that you had in this movement, and you let the shoulders drop and relax. Feel the breath flowing in and out, up and down. Hand slides toward the top of the knees, and we're going to go into our spinal waves. You're going to rock the hips forward, chest is spreading between the arms and pulling forward, chin lifts a little bit, and then you're going to exhale and round in. Roll your hips back, push the navel in, inhale, come forward. And again, that's another movement that is easier to see when I'm sideways. So you stay to the front, but so that you can see what my spine is doing. I'm curving, I'm arching my back here, and exhaling, I'm rounding in. Squeezing the belly in. Breathe in as we expand forward and up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And on each movement, you might have a little more access as the spine gets to warm up. and open itself to more access, more flexibility. And therefore you take advantage of it, go a little deeper in your range of motion. And we're using the feet here. So the movement is not just coming from the hips and the spine. You're using your feet and your hands in support with the knees to support the movement of the spine from pulling to pushing. Last, to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Coming back to center and sliding your hands back to about mid-lap to come back to neutral. Facing you again, stay where you are. Reconnect to your neutral position, reconnect to your breath, and reconnect to your body. Good. Let's go down into the legs. We're going to clasp the fingers underneath the right leg. This is a movement that, for those who've been taking this class for a while, we've done several times. But here I'll highlight again, for those who are new, that the movement is not about rounding your back and really struggling lifting your leg up. You're using your full body. Everything is connected here. So you stretch your spine forward. You have a rolling of the hips forward as we did with the previous movement where you're arching slightly. And then you press firmly down into the left foot so that your arms are just holding on the leg straight for you to push into the left foot and tilt your torso back. And that's how you get into this lifting of the leg with minimum effort. And here we're going to go into a little rocking forward and back. You're not going too far back, neither too far forward. You're just acting as a pendulum between the weight of the leg and the weight of the torso. Rocking your sit bones on top of the chair and pushing and pressing with your left foot. Your left leg is engaged to support the body to be nice and relaxed in the rocking motion to the right side of the body and the spine. A couple more. And from that rocking, you're going to find that midpoint. Neither you're leaning too far back, not too far forward. You're finding the right distance that you're fully supported here through the back weight and the leg weight against the hands, and the arms are straight. And that's where you find your equilibrium. And we're going to start rotating the right ankle here. So there's plenty of space as the leg is lifted for your ankle and your toes to explore the space around. Maybe at first, if your ankles are a little stiff, your rotation will be right here, like tiny bitty. But watch for more access again. As you keep the rotation and things start hopefully loosening up, then you'll be able to go a little broader in the range of motion and stretch your toes and curl your toes, kind of be playful with those toes that for most of you, you trap in shoes all day. They're like, yeah, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And then reverse. And your toes might be a little stiff at first because they've been locked down for so long. They have almost forgotten their ability of spreading, stretching, curling. Take a couple more rotations, go a little slower, really feel the unfolding of the movement. And relax, and now you're going to shake from foot to low leg. And release. Flex the foot, stretch the leg out. If you're not able to kick the leg all the way up like me, you stretch it as far as you can through the flexing of the foot. Make sure you're not compromising and rounding forward, and then relax. And then flex and stretch and relax. Flex, kick, and relax. And all along your breathing, right? Flex, kick, and relax. Flex, kick, and breathe, and relax. And one more, flex, kick, and relax. And now leaning forward as you're pressing into the left foot to land gracefully the right foot. Release the hands, hands to the knees. Give a little shake to the knees and legs from side to side. Nice and loose, and back to center, reaffirming to your neutral position. Clasp the fingers underneath the left leg. And press into the right foot and engage the right leg to shift back. Find your spot here. And let's go into the rocking. Forward and back. It might feel a little different on this side. For some, it might feel easier. For others, it might feel more challenging to find the rhythm, to find the fluid movement here. And keep on breathing in and out through your nose. And find that center point where you're not leaning too far back and over engaging the belly. Neither you're leaning too far forward and struggling in holding here. Just find the right distance that you could hold forever. Don't worry, we won't be here forever. But that sense that like, well, it's comfortable actually. And let's start rotating the ankle. And again, invite some playfulness into the toes. Don't let the toes, don't leave them out of the picture here. Progressively accessing a wider range of motion. And stretching the toes, curling the toes, wiggling the toes. Last, you're going a little slower. And reverse. Rotate your ankle the opposite direction. Keep the rest of the body relaxed and at ease. Just the foot is moving. Couple more rotations. Go really slow and feel the whole range of motion. And relax, shake it out. Shake the foot, the low leg. Don't be shy in your shaking. And come back to center, flex the foot, stretch the leg out. Inhaling, exhale, relax. Inhale, kick the foot, flexing the foot, kick the heel, and exhale, relax. Keep on breathing and moving from kicking the leg as you flex the foot to completely relaxing. Flex and stretch and relax. Flex and stretch, breathe deep and relax. Last two, flex, stretch and relax. And last one, flex, stretch out and relax. And coming forward, pressing into the right foot to land the left foot. Release your hands from under, find your neutral position, give maybe a little shake to the shoulders, hands to the knees, shake your legs and knees out. And back to center. A little strengthening exercise here. We're going to start with the arms. All the fingers come together, palms parallel to the floor, and we're going to move the arms up and down, not together, but alternating one arm to the other arm. And your arms are long strong and not stiff like a stick. You don't want to completely lock your elbows, but they're straight. You're not going mushy like this, right? You're really getting that resistance of air and gravity through the arms, from the inside to the top of the arms, and you feel the action all the way to the shoulders. Making sure, though, that you're not lifting the shoulders to your ears. Keep your shoulders down and paddle right here. At shoulder level, a few inches up, a few inches down. And then from here, we're going to keep the movement, but open the arms out, all the way out, and then come back in progressively and straight into center. Your core is engaged here. Your spine is in not only alignment, but stays in position. And then as you open out, notice, and you can see me on the screen, that there's a movement of my torso a little bit. From the waistline, there's a shifting. And then you bring it back in. You go a little slower when you go out, but still resisting. And then come back in. Keep on breathing. Last round. Open out. And come back in. Paddle. Soften. Go wide up and down. Two more. One on each side. Right arm up. Left arm up. Right arm back. And relax right on top of your thigh. Take a moment here. Breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes for a breath or two and really tap into the body. Feel your heartbeat, feel the shoulders, feel the arms, and feel anything else and everything else that has something to tell you right now. And gently open your eyes again. You're going to bring the hands to the chair. If you have arms to the chair, you can bring your hands to the arms of the chair, or even bring your elbows if that's the right distance. Elbows and forearms on the chair. You have a steady support here. If not, base of the chair. Hopefully you have longer arms than me and you can place your palms on the chair. For me to be able to do that, I have to lean back. So I'm using the base of my fingers here to press down into the first knuckles. And from here, we're going to press into the left foot and lift the right knee up. Before you lift it, see if you can slide your right hip back just a little bit and then lift the knee up. So the foot is a few inches from the floor, about 3 inches. And you're going to lower it to half an inch and lift. And lower and lift. So here you notice quite fast that you need to engage your belly quite tight to be able to give that movement to the leg. It's not that the leg is lifting a lot or lowering a lot, but fighting gravity here, the leg has to be strongly fired up, engaged, and then you feel it to the inner right hip, and then from there you feel it to the belly. Up and down. Let's do 3 more here. And final landing, relax, hands to the lap, rock the hips forward and back. That's going to soften the hip and the belly. And back to center, you're going to stretch the right leg forward, anchor your heel, left hand on top of the left knee, and we're going to slide out and stretch that leg. You can land your right hand on top of the shin here. Make sure you're not going on top of the knee. So you can either press onto your thigh or onto the shin. Keep your foot flexed, toes towards you, and breathe. Press back up. Slide your right foot back to aligning with the left foot. Find your neutral position first. And then find the axis of the chair again, either on the arms of the chair or on the base of the chair where you're sitting on. So that keeps the torso up and gives you a support for the action of the belly and the lifting of the leg. Make sure you're not rounding here, that you're not sloping back. Press into the right foot, slide your left hip slightly back to lift the left knee up a little lot lighter. And now you're about 3 inches up, and you're gonna lower it to 1/2 inch, lift up to 3 inches. Lower 1/2 inch, lift up 3 inches. And let's keep on going. Make sure you're breathing here. It's really easy to get trapped into the challenge of the movement and lock your breath. And you want the absolute opposite. You want to breathe really deep, really wide, and full, because that's going to make, believe it or not, the movement a lot easier, simply because you're oxygenating your muscles to create this movement. When you're locking your breath, no oxygen, and you're stressing out the muscles. Therefore, you're feeling the tension and the resistance more. Let's go for a few more here. Keep on breathing. You can do it. You can do it. Last 2. Land, don't collapse. Release your hands from behind of the chair, the arms of the chair, hands to the knees, and rock the hips forward and back a few times. Back to center, stretch your left leg forward, anchoring the left heel down as you flex the foot. Right hand on top of the right knee, slide out and down, and depending on your flexibility from the hip joint forward, you place your left hand on top of the left shin or on top of the left thigh, and you press down. You're pressing also onto the right hand, down into the right leg. That gives leveraging to the body, and therefore the torso can be a little easier, more relaxed. It's not struggling to keep this position forward. Press firmly into the right foot, into the right hand to slide your way back up, and bring your left foot back in, aligning to parallel with the right foot. Take a moment here, take a few breaths in and out. Deep inhale, long exhale. Opening your toes out, opening your heels out, opening your toes out, and stay. Make sure you're nicely rooted onto the sit bones on top of the chair. Look down at your feet and make sure your feet are in alignment with the knees and with the hips, meaning no toes in. Then bring the knee in like this. Neither toes further out than the knee. If you look here and you see your toes to the right and your knee is pointing forward, then you have to move your toes so that ideally you see when you're leaning onto that right knee, the center of the right knee should be aligning with between the big toe and the second toe. I know that's very mathematical and geometry expertise here. So do your best, but that should give you kind of an idea so that the knee is not to the inside of the foot, neither to the outside of the foot. Again, for the foot to have a full, even weight on it. Hands to the top of the knees, and we're gonna give a little shoulder twist. Pressing into the knee and rolling one shoulder at a time in, then pulling back, and then going across to the other shoulder. And you shouldn't just feel it in the shoulder, you also should feel it diagonally, in diagonal into the back body. Pardon my English. It's obviously not my first language. So rotate in and out, and in and pull, and out, and one more. In and pull, and out. Stay here, left hand to the left leg, ground, and we're gonna extend the right arm forward and across to the right, and then open up and back, and swing across, and out, and back and twist, big circle. Across, and out, and twist, and big circle. and out, and twist, and 2 more. And out, and twist, and last, and out, and twist, and back to center, right hand on top of the right knee. Leverage your weight here, make sure everything is distributed in, proportionally and evenly, and then shift to grounding a little deeper and stronger onto the right hand so you can release your left hand, but your left foot is still pressing down. You're not just like relaxing here. Stay in that nice active position so that you can reach with your left arm across to the right, swing it up close to the left ear, rotate chest, head and arm back, swing it over. Inhale, exhale, breathe in and out. 2 more, breathe in and out. And last one, breathe in and out. And come back to center, pause, toes in, heels in, toes in. Find your feet to parallel again, find your neutral position. Take a breath or 2 here. And we're gonna get up from the chair just for 1 move, our back stretch against the chair to reset everything that we might have opened up and brought into an awkward, uneven way on the back. So you're gonna bring your hands to the top of the knees and then shift your hips. You roll your hips forward. You engage your pelvic floor muscles. You scoop them up. You squeeze them up. You feel the activation of the belly here. And press and lift. And let's go to the back of the chair. Don't move your chair sideways like me. I'm just moving it so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to stand to the back of the chair to a distance that allows your forearms to drop, not to be tight like here. You want to have that nice softening of the elbows in and shoulders down just here to check in with what a standing position feels like when you're aligning properly all parts of your body. And properly means that it's not that it looks nice, is that it's supporting the whole body weight in an even way so that you don't feel as much the extra weight of gravity, that you're not like, oh my God, I cannot hold myself together, right? And a lot of times that's what we're doing. We're like this or like that, or who knows what in between. So try to bring the weight evenly distributed. Feet are in the same position they were when you were sitting. Therefore, everything is aligned to hip distance apart. Check for yourself when you're narrowing in how that feels in your sense of balance, where the weight of the body shifts versus opening out to hip distance apart, and where again here the body weight drops or settles or balances itself. Good. And then from here, give a little rock forward and back, as not like as a stick, like leaning and pushing, but there's a rocking of the hips, like sliding forward and back. And now you're shifting the weight from the base of the toes to the heels. It doesn't have to be a major shift. It doesn't have to have a big, wide range of motion. Just tiny bit right on top of the feet. And then make it more narrow. And find that ideal spot, the center. And then we're going to do the same side to side. We're going to swing and slide the hips from right to left. So your weight now is shifting from one foot to the other foot. And then you narrow in to bring that weight drop right in between your feet. And that's your neutral spine and your good posture here. let's move into that famous back stretch where you walk back and you find the distance for yourself. It depends on the length of your torso versus the legs. You want to find the distance that allows you to bring yourself forward, not with a rounding of the back. So if you're up here and you feel tension in your upper back and a pull on the low back, bend the knees and do the same movement we did on the chair of rolling your hips forward, rocking your hips down, sticking the tailbone back. And then from here, lean forward. If you need to bring now the forearms or the wrist on the chair, you can do that. And the goal here is to have arms straight, back has its natural curve. Oh, Lala just moved the table with the computer on and we lost the angle. Lala, go play somewhere else. So stay in that movement, don't go away from it. And again, make sure that you're finding a natural curve of the back, that you're not rounding up. Bend the knees as much as you need, curl your tailbone back, keep your head between your arms. See, my ears are aligning with the arms. If you're seeing and watching me, watch me first, all the way up to pressing here, so you're not struggling with your neck. And once you understand what we're doing, then trust it and take your gaze down. Don't look up anymore. And then imagine once you're in this position that someone is holding the front of the thighs from behind and is pulling the thighs back and away from the chair. And with that, just visualization or imagination of yours, that gives you an extra stretch through the torso, front of the chest, the armpits are stretching, the back of the shoulders are stretching. Keep on breathing. One last breath in the stretch here. And then press from your feet to pop the back of the shoulders up to start lifting. Bring your hands, if it was your wrist or your forearms on the chair, bring your hands to the chair and walk your way forward. Standing forward, stand a little further away from the chair so you have room between the chair and you. Arms to the side of the body, and we're going to gently swing the arms, twisting gently from side to side. You're using your hands to flap. Just slap against the body. It's kind of a tapping happening from the front of one hip here, or right, depending on where your arms are going. And then the back hand is tapping across on the low back. And you're just going nice and loose. As you keep on going, you might be able, through the momentum of the movement, to swing a little broader, a little wider in your range of motion. A few more. And slow down. So this is a great movement to do anytime that you feel a lot of tension all over, or you've been sitting for a long time and you want to loosen things up. You can just stand up and do your little movement. It's great for the spine. The tapping of the hands also stimulates, and you have the hips rotating. Make sure though that your feet are hip distance apart, that you're not losing your toes out, because that would be stressful to the inner knees. So keep your knees facing to the front, and it's mostly the torso that is rotating. Let's go to sitting back on the chair to close our sessions. Let's come to the neutral position again. Feet again are hip distance apart. Make sure your shin bones are perpendicular to the floor. And relax your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. And as we started the class, that's full circle, landing in the same position that we started with, but probably and hopefully with a different perception of your own body and your own breath. Things hopefully we have shifted a little bit or a lot, maybe to the point that you don't recognize your own body. You're like, wow, I feel a lot clearer, lighter, looser. I can breathe deeper. I feel less tense and more relaxed. Maybe even I'm not thinking as much as I was as I started the class. My emotional state might have shifted to another shade of it, hopefully in a happier place. And definitely I feel more connected to my own body, my own breath. So enjoy and appreciate whatever is showing up to you at the end of stretching, the twisting, the lifting, the breathing. And from your bodily sensation and experience, tap into your environment, starting with feeling the support of the floor underneath your feet again, and the support of the chair to the base of the spine and the sit bones. And then with your eyes closed, sense the outside world, not outside your house and in this crazy world out there, but in the room you're in, like the temperature of the room. If there's a fan, feel the breathe of the fan on your skin. Feel your eyesight softening behind your eyelids, but sometimes you see colors and shades through the eyelids. Just acknowledge that. And then be more attuned, more precise in how you perceive sounds around, including my voice. The most obvious being my voice, but what can you hear behind the scene, behind my voice, further away? Personally hear some birds outside the house. My window and door are open. So what is it that you can hear around you, close and far away? And use the breath to feel the sensation and the sense of smell. There might be no smell in your room, but perceive the sensation, the friction of the air coming in through your nostrils, against the walls of the nostrils. Feel the coolness of the air coming in and the warmth of the air flowing out. And if there is any kind of smell, as mild and as subtle as that smell might be, what is it yet that you perceive through that interaction, the conscious interaction that you're engaging in with your nose? Unless you ate during class, you might not have any precise taste in your mouth, but you do have a sense of moist or dryness. Feel your tongue, your palate, teeth. Feel the sense of taste, the texture of taste into your mouth. It might be also, as you bring the awareness to the mouth, the signal that you need to drink. And then feel your skin, the outer touch, and wherever your skin is exposed, feel the relationship of the skin with the air around. And where the skin is behind clothes, feel the touch of the clothes with your skin. And maybe the clothes you have on the bottom part of your body is a different texture and feel than the upper body clothes. So see if you can perceive the difference. Really feel onto your skin the different touch from the different textures. And feel all together your legs, the sense of weight. Notice if there's any part of the leg that are still engaging and activating muscles, maybe tense, or by simply becoming aware, you may feel that everything is relaxing and melting down a little deeper. And past the muscles, feel your bones, knowing that the bones are not flexible, they're not going to bend in different directions. So the steady, sturdy density of the bones is already such a great ingredient and component of holding your body together and having this awareness that you're safe and taken care of. You're not broken, you're whole. Then feel the same way your arms, the weight of your arms from the shoulders down to the hands. There's a bend at the elbows because that's a joint, but feel the steadiness, sturdiness, strong forearm bones. Allowing the muscles all around those forearms to relax and settle. And then same for the upper arms that are hanging out of the shoulders and dropping down through gravity and kind of melting the muscles on top as a cascade of relaxation from shoulder to elbow. Feel the back of the body from the base of the neck through the sides of the spine, several layers of long muscles here. And then feel the spine in between all those vertebrae stacking on top of each other, and the vertebrae giving an origin to the ribs. Feel your ribs from lower ribs to upper ribs that are hugging around the chest and the mid back. Feel your neck and acknowledging how tiny that part is to hold a heavy head on top and how beautifully it does its job. And then get a sense for your head and your face from the surface to inside to the brain, to the eyes, the ears, the tongue. Finishing our class with the rub of the hands. Then place your hands on top of your eyes, or you're cupping your eyes with your palms to the space as the base of the fingers is resting on your eyebrows, and then the base of your palms are resting on your cheekbones. And in between, this is this like kind of arch of the inner palms away from the eyes. So the eyes are in a little cave here that is nice and warm and dark. Dark in a way that the eyes can rest from all that external stimulation and lights and TV screens, computer monitors and screens and smartphones. All that technology is great in so many ways, but quite harmful for the eyes. So give your eyes a little spa time. Ability to relax, not just when they're sleeping, but consciously relaxing with you acknowledging that they need a break. And then gentle and easy, you can release your hands down and open your eyes. Re-enter the world outside of you and the room you're in. and I'll come to you. Oh my God, I'm a little late again. But I'll come to you and we'll open the microphones. You can turn your cameras on. You can prepare and shoot your questions.